All right, we are recording, and I'm just gonna make sure, yeah, that we are all muted just because I don't want to have any feedback. So if you can, that'd be really helpful if you jump on to be muted. Okay, so I'm so excited, you guys, for these calls. You guys are gonna get amazing training from amazing leaders who may just be starting and doing amazing or have been doing network marketing and Isagenix for a long time. So you guys are going to hear it from amazing people. We really just kind of message people, and people just responded with great response, willing to do this with us. So I'm super pumped. We have two other speakers on the call today. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Meredith Franklin. I am a mother of two. I am married to a mechanic, and I've been doing Isagenix for 6.5 years. And it's been a huge blessing to my family. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So hold on one second. I'm gonna get my notes because everything's like everywhere. Okay, so these calls are specifically for you guys to help focus you for these next 90 days. We want to help you get into action because I know that you can get really distracted with different calls, with different Zooms, different trainings, and we really want to help you just start your week on Monday morning and get right into action, like actually income producing activities versus being paralyzed with all of the things that you think that you're supposed to be doing and, scrolling. So we really want to try to help you rein all of that in and get highly focused and committed to your goals. That's our main goal here, is to help you guys stay focused and commit during this entire time. And I actually want you to commit for 5 years. I don't want you to just commit for the first year, 6 months, commit for at least 5 years. So that's really our goal for these. And I'm actually going to be talking about really quick. I'm going to mute some of you all. Sorry. If you guys are hopping on, please mute yourselves because it's just easier to keep the line clear so everyone can hear this. This is recorded. Okay, so I'm so pumped, you guys. I don't know if you heard about this, but Isagenix just launched today Isa Delivery. Now, for some of you guys who understand Amazon Prime, you can buy whatever you want, whenever you want, and get free shipping. So this is technically Amazon Prime, but Isa Delivery. I did it this morning. Log into your back office, click orders, and you can go into, if you click orders, you can just go ahead and see it right there, and you can order your Isa order. Or your Isa Delivery. So what this is it's $59 for 6 months of free shipping. That's up to 12 orders. So let's just give examples like, okay, I love the lotion, the Isagenix lotion, and we run out of it really quickly. But sometimes I'm like, well, I just ordered my auto ship, and now I'm out of that. Crap. I don't want to pay shipping again. Like, it's just annoying, and I only need this one thing. So here's the beauty of this. You can just be like, okay, I forgot this, this, and this, and I can order it free of like no shipping added at all. So it's all just an initial one-time $59. And I did do it. I don't know if this is a California thing, but they did add on tax. So it ended up being $63. But for 6 months, 12 orders. So you guys, this is massive. And this is not just for, us who have been doing this for a long time. This is for anyone and everyone who's you could just be starting. You could just want to enroll today. So I want you guys, I know Julie's going to go into this too, but I want you guys today to message every single person you've ever enrolled, whether they're using it or not, and tell them about this amazing deal. Because a lot of people are like, I just don't want to pay shipping. I'll just wait till my friend orders and I'll order with her or whatever. So this is a big deal. And this is also for new people. So when you're getting them started, they can actually order it right away and have 6 months and 12 orders, no free shipping. Okay. So that's a big deal. And actually, I think it also includes, I know it's not summer right now, but it includes the $6 extra charge for the cooler fee. So that's really neat. Okay. So there's all that I wanted to share with you guys. And then It ends, so you guys have to make sure that you do this before October 31st. So it ends, this is a promotion. So the promotion ends, you will no longer be able to see that ISA delivery. I keep calling it ISA order, I think. But ISA delivery, that'll go away after October 31st. So you want to make sure that all of your customers, and I want you guys to think of this, you're a business owner, you are a grocery store owner, so you have the obligation to tell every single person you've ever shared this with about this. It's your obligation. You're a good person, and you don't want to be the only one benefiting. So make sure everybody knows. Maybe they're in your downline and they're not being helped. Let them know about this amazing deal too. I think that's it for those things. Yeah, so that's a huge promotion you guys can start telling new people about too. Okay, so I have the pleasure to introduce a beautiful friend of mine, Julie Coughlin, and I think we've known each other for like 4 or 5 years now. She's an amazing mother of 2, married to Dan, who I love as well. Her and her husband, Dan, actually have released over 120 pounds with Isagenix. Huge, it's amazing, huge blessing to their lives. She's a 6-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal executive, and she lives outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she's a recovering corporate America ladder climber. So I love that. I love that. And she's going to go into that a little bit. And I love Julie because she just really helps you understand things. Julie, I feel like you are so good at explaining and helping. You're leading a massive team, and clearly you're really successful. So I can't wait to hear from you, Julie. Are you on?
I am. Thank you, Meredith. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm so fired up for ISA delivery, which is actually feeds in perfectly. We didn't even know it right away. The timing of exactly what I'm going to talk about this morning. So, Meredith talked about really the vision for these Monday calls and this amazing lineup of speakers that are committing their time on Mondays to really come in here and pour into all of us. And like Meredith said, these calls are open to anyone. And we really want to fill the lines with people that are really looking for support and really that accountability through the next 90 days, having a place to plug into at the first of the week. And so I'm so excited. The ISA delivery coming out today is huge. But you guys, dash to Disney. The Essence Essential Oils line. There is so much excitement and energy happening around Isagenix right now. And as Meredith said, I call myself a recovering corporate America ladder climber because it's true. Like, I feel like I've found a better way. And for those of you that don't know me, yes, my husband and I, we had an amazing product transformation. We were not overnight successes by any means in both a product standpoint or a business standpoint. We actually joined Isagenix in 2012. But we have fallen in love with the process of both our product journey and our business journey. And that is so, so important. And Meredith talked a little bit about that on these calls. It's our goal to really give you really solid income producing things that you can set your week out with and the intention of what you can do this week to further your business. And this morning, myself and Christina are going to share what we really think are some foundational things that I think are really important for you as we set you down this path of really supporting you through the next 90 days. And so I am going to talk to you guys about why Isagenix. And this might be a little bit different than what you've normally heard. So I could totally hop on here and tell you guys all the reasons I love Isagenix, because let's be honest, I could probably fill a 30-minute time slot on just this one topic alone. So why Isagenix? This is a really personal thing. And I think so many people, specifically people that are interested in the opportunity in sharing Isagenix, don't maybe take the time to take 5-10 minutes and step back and think, why Isagenix for you? So here's a really commonly asked question I get asked by people who are interested in sharing Isagenix. They will say, Julie, I love Isagenix, but I don't know what to say. Or I don't know how to talk to people about Isagenix. Have you experienced that? Like, if you have, like, post in the comments and let us know this is something, an area you've struggled or people have struggled. Because constantly people are saying, I love the products. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to post about. I don't know how to talk to people at a tasting about Isagenix. So I'm going to bring it back for you and keep it really simple for you. I want you guys in the next 24 hours to make a list of 20 reasons that you personally love Isagenix. And then I want to challenge you to think about when you are talking to people about Isagenix, Are you talking to them about those 20 things on that list? Because here is the perfect example. So many times people will say to me, Julie, I love Isagenix because of the community. The community keeps me plugged in. The community keeps me on my product journey. The community keeps me interested in this business. And then they go do a launch party and they talk about the number of grams in the protein shake, right? Disconnect. If you love the community, talk to people about the community. If you love Isagenix because it's created energy for you, talk to them about the energy. If you love Isagenix because it is giving you the vision even to free your family financially, that's what you need to talk about. This is a really, really small thing. And maybe you're on this call and you're like, I was looking for really solid income producing things. And I'm telling you, it's all those little tiny details that make the difference in your business. And this is one of those little tiny details that makes a difference. So next 24 hours, I want you to make this list of 20 to 25 things that you love Isagenix and why you love them. Like, why do you love it? And 2 ways that you're going to use this in your business moving forward. Number 1, it's going to give you a framework for how you need to talk about Isagenix because it's personal to you. It doesn't matter that my husband and I lost 120 pounds. Sure, would we be glad to talk to somebody on your team that needs a significant amount of weight loss? Yes. But it matters, like how it matters to you is what's important when you're talking about Isagenix. Not my story, not the reasons I love Isagenix, but the reasons you love Isagenix. People will be more connected to you when you make it about your own journey and what is important to you and the value of that. So number 1, it's going to give you the framework for how to talk about Isagenix. Don't overcomplicate it. Say, share, do. Man, there are scripts if you want scripts, but I am telling you, speak from the heart. If you've been blessed by Isagenix for any number of reasons, anything on that list of 20, that's how you need to be talking about Isagenix. Number 2, people say they don't know what to post about on social media. So this gives you a list of 20 things to help you start to frame out some of your social media branding. So what does that look like? You know, if you've been blessed by the community, if I went to your Instagram account today, could I tell that you're a part of a community? If not, then you know you have work to do. It's not about spamming. It's not about becoming like super salesy. In fact, it's quite the opposite. You want to paint a picture for people on why they want to join you. And you have to talk about the things that are important to you. So if community is important to you, you need to be sure that that's being broadcast in your social media. So the cool thing is you're going to get a list of 20, and that is going to be framework for you to talk and framework for your social media. So know, you guys, you have to know deep within you why you choose Isagenix. Why do you love Isagenix? And if you can't come up with a list of 20, then you know you need to go to work on your belief in Isagenix, and that is priority number 1. So I know I dropped a lot on you guys right now, but my good friend Christina is going to hop in here, and she is going to talk about a more personal connection to your Isagenix business. Really that why that you sometimes hear people talk about at Isagenix events. And Christina is beautiful, and I've so enjoyed getting to know her in the process of collaborating on these calls, and she has 2 kiddos. She lives just outside of San Diego, and she's a 1-star Golden Circle Crystal executive. She has so much value to give, and her business is going big places, you guys. You want to watch her because she's doing a lot of really big things, and she's leading with her heart. So Christina, I'm so excited for you to hop on and share a little bit with everybody about kind of the more personal why.
Thanks so much, Julie. That was so sweet. Yes, I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys. It's so funny, as we were talking about these calls and collaborating last week, and Julie started talking about the why and why it's so important to like write those lists of things and like really like dig a little bit. And I've heard that since the beginning of finding your why and like how do you do that? And there's different ways. But I had really like done some work earlier in the week when somebody like put it in my face. So I'm going to share what happened like on the emotional side with me. But I also wanted to say that when you guys are writing out these like 20 reasons, what Isagenix has done for you or why you love it, post it up. So I've done this. I didn't get to 20, but I've had it sitting, like I've had this bright orange card sitting up. And these are just like some of my things that I wrote down. And like none of that is like she said, like 24 grams of protein, you know, like it's not any of that. It's is what is going to keep you going, and put that up so you can see it. And when you get discouraged, when you get like a hard no, when you get a family member talking bad about you, when any of those things happen, like keep this forefront so that you can see really why you're doing it. Which kind of leads me into the process that I'm in right now. But a lot of times, like in the past, my like why has been, you know, like there have been little ones. So like I had a why to get my family Disneyland passes like last year. We did that, and then I had like a why to make a certain amount so that we could close down one of my husband's businesses and open a new one. And of course, like the goal, most people want to be what we call like a full-time family so that we have the freedom to like travel and do all those things, which is amazing and still definitely a why. But it's kind of like, well, what happens like after you're together as a family and you've traveled all the places, you've taken all the vacations, you've been doing all the things. What is going to keep you sharing still? Like what is going to propel you even further in your business? Because doing this like goal setting and why and all of that, like you will start to check these things off of your list. But then what? Like then what's gonna push you forward after you've retired your husband or traveled the world or been to Disney World or, you know, all the things. So what I started to kind of learn last week is that it can't be like my little whys can be, but your like big burning like passion inside cannot be a why for someone else. It cannot be like, oh, because my husband works too hard. Or it can't be because like I want more time with my kids, or I want them to be in all the sports, or I can't afford what they want to do, or all of the things. Those are good little whys, but like deep down your burning passion that's gonna keep moving you forward for like years is not, it can't be about anybody else. It has to be like your internal, like emotional why. And then we have to share that. So like that's the place that our sharing is gonna have to come from. Like though, if I could just change like one more life, you know, like I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. Like if you could, I don't know how many of you were at Celebration, but when I saw, I'm blanking on her name, Tara, up there on stage sharing her story, she's the runner for Isabody. I was like, can you imagine if you were the person that brought her into Isagenix and like didn't stop sharing with her, or maybe shared once or whatever that looked like? I'm not sure of her story, but what if that was you and you completely change someone's life? Like, wouldn't that be worth it? And I know we all have people that we like, you know, we have helped change their lives, but like, wouldn't that one person be worth it? Like to keep going, to keep sharing, because you never know, like you really never know. So, you know, I'm like, I have had to, as I was like re-sharing my story about why my husband and I got started, I had to go back to like the pain. I know we hear like the pain points a lot. Like I had to go back to what it felt like before, which sometimes we forget because we feel so good, especially years in, like we just forget what that looked like before. But you have to go back to that emotion and share the emotion, bring people back to that side of it, as like painful as that might be, either whether it's financially, like the financial struggle, share that because people can relate, or the like physical struggle. Bring people back to what that looks like because they can relate to you in that space. And that is why that like bringing people out of the pain that I was in with my family when we were just zombies and barely surviving. Like if I can come from that place when I'm serving other people, how could I ever stop? You know, how could I be scared to reach out to that one more person when I know that it could change their life if they let it? Like why would I stop? So, and it's just coming from that like stance that I am working on too. And I could talk about this at a later time, but more just like out of living out of love, or like we got addressed at this dinner. Like, are you living out of love or are you living out of fear? And a lot of times, like when sharing, like we live out of fear because we're scared of like, what people think of us, if we're being too salesy, if we're sharing the wrong things, what do I post on social media, what will people think about me? But honestly, if you're coming from a place where you're living out of love and that's your why, just to serve people, then you won't ever come across like that. And that is like what will propel you to keep going forward. So I think that was most of that I had to say, just like the work I did want to share that I have done, like I did like the 7 levels deep, you know, of like finding your why and like and that's really good to practice to do. But it always went like I didn't get deep enough where it always came to someone else. It was always about somebody else. So even though I was like emotional about the whys that like I came up with, it was always about like, oh, well, if I could just do this for them or that for them, it has to be like why, you know, you're doing it. So yeah, that's all that I really have to share, is just to share that emotion on your social media, on phone calls, in person. That's why it's good to get people on Zooms or a phone call so they hear that when you're talking to them. And so I am going to bring back Meredith, and she's going to talk a little bit about commitment and what that's going to look like for this next run of 90 days and these incredible calls that are happening in our Dash to Disney, and just how you can just really like stick it out. So here is the beautiful Meredith back on.
Thanks, Christina. Yeah, and I was there at that dinner, and that was like really amazing to watch. So you guys, I'm so excited for you to actually put into action what we are asking of you. You guys, it's really important to write these out and to do them, because doing this work, like it's still Christina's doing this work to ask herself what her purpose is, what she wants out of this one life that you have, and how you want to make an impact, not your husband's impact, not your child's impact, your impact on the lives around you. And are you doing this all out of love or fear? So I think that's really huge, and I want you guys to really put that into practice. Okay, so commitment. So commitment and discipline. I'm going to put these together because you can be committed, but I think it's really important. You're not going to hit those goals unless you are disciplined and you have, you know, time blocked certain things. I think it's really important that, you know, you guys, your calendars are full. Show us your calendars and we'll show you your paycheck, right? So booking appointments, one-on-ones, whether it's a tasting, I don't care what it is, but get your calendars full. And you're probably thinking like, full of what? Like, especially if you're new, you're like, what do you mean? Okay, so the biggest IPAs that you can be doing are sharing the Isagenix story. So Lynn Hagedorn says it, you have a box, a square, and that box is only big enough for a number of times the Isagenix story was told by you, by a video, by a tool, by an event. There's a number, not an excuse. This box is not big enough for an excuse. So I think that's important. Right now, actually, currently, I'm missing morning mimosas with some girlfriends. And I was dropping my kids off at school. They're like, why aren't you coming? I'm like, I got work to do. I got goals. I got plans, you know? So that's an excuse for me to be like, you know what, guys, I'm going to miss this call because I need to go to this girl's mimosa time. Like, it's what we do. No, like I have bigger goals in my life because of my purpose, because of my root, my foundation of why I want to hit these goals, of why I want to do this. So a few questions I want to ask you really quickly before I get into a little bit more of the commitment. So for those of you who don't know this, and I only went up to 3-star, but for those of you who don't know this, I want you to ask yourself, and then you can actually ask your teammates this question as well. But if you were to hit 5 cycles every single week, did you know that you would make $270 a week, which would then in turn, in a year, be $14,080? Okay, that's some really good side hustle money. That's just you helping people go manager, helping build some consultants. That's you helping others in your downline cycle. Okay, so that's 5 cycles a week, okay? $14,000 a year. 10 cycles, that's 1-star. So that's $540 a week, which then is $2,160 a month. $28,000 a year. I want you guys to start dreaming bigger and realizing that this is not hard. We make it hard. Just share out of love how this has transformed your life with the 20 things that you're going to write down. Share out of love. Okay. So that's 1-star. So $28,000 a year. That's incredible. Now, 2-star is, some people can like leave their jobs for 2-star. So depending on what their jobs are, but that's $1,080 a week. Okay. $56,000 a year. That's somebody's full-time income sometimes. Teachers and I don't know other people who make that kind of money, but $56,000 a year, that's a lot of money, side hustle money. That's for a stay-at-home mom like me. That's some really good money. So you guys, dream bigger. What could that do for you? What could that do for the friends around you? Asking this question to people, what would an extra $270 a week do for you? What would an extra $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $4,000 a month do for you? Okay. Now this is 3-star. And this is where I truly believe like people are making 2-star money and then they like leave, which is so strange to me. But 3-star is incredible money, you guys. 40 cycles a week. That is $2,160 a week, which is $112,000. Okay, so that's a 6-figure income a year. And Julie Coughlin and I are there, and we don't want that just for ourselves. We want to help you guys reach for that too. But here's the thing that Julie and I have that I'm hoping that you guys have too. And that's probably the reason why you're on this call, is we have grit and tenacity, and we are not going to stop because the time is going to pass anyways. The time's going. People's lives are living. You know, the clock is ticking. And so why not? Julie still works. Why not share this too? Why not? You know, you're going to meet people anyways. You're going to hear people having needs anyways. You have a solution. So why are you playing so small and realizing, oh, it's just good enough for Julie and Meredith and Christina. It's only good enough for them. No, this is incredible compensation plan, incredible money for you too, and the people around you. And I'll be really honest, I wasn't there mindset wise. I didn't think that I could make this kind of money. But there was someone in my downline who sure did. And I wasn't the one to offer this solution to her. I wasn't the one who told her about this income, but someone else did in Isagenix, and she took off. Those of you who know Laura Krulish, she went for it and drove hard. Now, I didn't know her. And so this is something that you can offer to people in your downline, to people in your life. This may not be good enough for you, but it's good enough for someone in your life. So don't prejudge and decide for people. You need to offer this to everyone. And here's the thing, in our Say, Share, Do book, there are scripts in there to just say, this may or may not be for you. But it could be. I don't want to take that away from you. Are you open to taking a look? So just asking you guys, this is the time. This is the time, because this rocket ship's taken off and it's going to leave you behind. I mean, it will. And we're going to keep moving forward. So I want to ask you to stay committed to these calls, to stay committed to your goals. And the only way that you can stay committed is if you tell others. Tell others your goals, and be scared telling them. You know, like, okay, I'm really running for it. I'm running for 6-star. I'm running for 1-star, whatever that looks like to you that's scary and audacious. Tell the people around you to hold you accountable, but write down a date. Okay? So I want you to write a date down and say, by January 1st, I will be. And I don't know if I have a bunch of these. It's my I am statements. And I say, I am an executive making machine. I actually have it on my mirror right in front of me. And I am a consultant making machine. I am a manager. You are saying that. It becomes you, okay? So it's really important to say that I am, like, so if your goal is 1-star, I am a 1-star crystal executive, golden circle. You want to say those things so that you can become that by January 1st. And let me tell you, every single time I've written down a date, I've hit it before the date. So it is critical to write down that date and to look at it, have it on your whiteboard, have it on your mirror. I know Christina wrote her date down everywhere on little sticky notes. So I think it's critical for you to do that. And along with this, so writing down your goals, scheduling in the time for these things. So schedule in just 30 minutes. Like, it does not take long. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, where you can do all the birthday voice messages, where you can then message. So I have my list. I have so many lists of my names of people, you guys, but they're everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go through 10 names right now. I'm going to voice message all of them. I firmly believe in voice messaging or phone calls. I don't believe in text. You can even make a video for all I care, but that's more personal, and to reach out to these people. And the scarier, the better, because if you do the scarier people first, which everybody poops, I mean, that really helps. You guys, I know this is like a professional call, but like everybody puts their pants on, everybody poops. Okay, so talk about that in your head and then message them. They're normal people, right? So message them, reach out to these people, and you're offering the golden ticket. Remember what you have in your hand, okay? Remember what this is for people, whether they're super successful or whether they are drowning in debt. You don't know. So offer it to them. So go through the list, and you're going to do like 15 minutes. I'm going to reach out to 5. I'm going to reach out to 10, whatever your goal is that day. That is a day. That's not the week. And then, so your list is like your birthday messages, reaching out to 10 people today, voice messaging them to schedule an appointment with them, a phone call. And then 3-way calls and helping people go consultant. So like those are also income producing activities. You can do 3-way Facebook message, voice messages, or consultant. But really quickly, I know we'll go more in depth about this, but the dash to Disney truly is, you guys, helping people develop to consultant. So you enroll people, go consultant. I mean, manager would be best, but really helping your people go consultant, that will get you to Disney. So that should be highly focused in your goals. Okay, and then obviously telling people about the ISA delivery. But I want you to have this mantra in your head, to switch this mindset, especially for those of you who are new, to dance when people say no, to put on blasting music and to tell your kids and tell your family, like, I gotta know, woohoo! Like, because a no's better than it being ghosted, let me tell you. So, but you get a no, not right now. That does not mean no forever. It just means not right now. They're going to move to the bottom of your list. That's fine. But I want you to dance and be excited, because we are going to tell you, I don't know if I'm doing that now, probably in a minute, but you're going to need to dance. And then, like I said, don't give up, because I'm just going to share this with you. And I'm literally sharing this with you, not to impress you at all. I'm sharing this because I never thought it would be possible in my life ever. I booked a trip to Maui, spur of the moment. I told my husband, I was like, you're going on a trip? Well, I want to go on a trip with my daughter. So I want to go to Maui. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm going to Maui. And he's like, fine. So booked a trip. Like, what kind of world, what kind of life? We lived on one income. There was no way ever possible in this world that I could ever do something like that. So for the memories, for the time, for just being present with your kids, like it is for those reasons. So, and being able to choose and have more freedom like that. So don't give up, because the time's going to pass anyways, and there are people out there to save. Okay. So and I would just want to say really quickly, like, who cares if it takes you, a lot of times, you guys, we can get in this comparison mode, and I truly ask you to delete. You can be inspired by some people, but I really encourage you to delete a lot of people off of your social media, or to block, so hide them so you can't see them, because we can get really distracted and have hours of scrolling and, oh, I should have posted that, or, oh, they did that so well and they're so beautiful. You guys, truly, that's a waste of time, and you are living your life. And you are working towards your goals. So focus in on that. Put your blinders on. If it takes you 5 years to hit 6 figures, I don't care. If it takes you 10 years, if it takes you 20 years, who cares? Because people are going to work anyways to do that. So if it takes you to get to millionaire, to get to whatever, it doesn't matter. People are still working. So why is this any different? We didn't go to school and pay tons of money to do this. So how is it different? Just do not quit, stay committed, and keep doing the income producing activities. So, Julie, I think it's your turn.
No, I'm so fired up. I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm ready to go to work after hearing Meredith. And I think it's so, so important to listen to her suggestions. I hope you took tons of notes. This call recording is going to be available. Think of all the people in your organization that you can bless with this call. And getting yourself to the level of commitment that Meredith has, that I have, that Christina has, that so many other people on this call has. That's the difference. That's the only difference, you guys. We're getting more no's. Somebody recently asked me, said to me, she's like, I just wish I could come up with like the verbiage that you come up with. And I said, the only reason that you're saying that is because I've said it bad for 5 years, right? Like that's the only difference. Like I've gotten more no's than you. That's the only difference. So I'm just popping in. I know Meredith is going to come back and talk about some kind of to-dos or things that we think are going to set you up for success this week. But I wanted to pop in and just say that we are a community on this Monday call. It is important for us that, especially if you're somebody that maybe doesn't feel especially attached to a certain team, that we have this opportunity to celebrate each other through the next 90 days. It's so, so important. It's such the beautiful part about Isagenix is the positivity and the people and the encouragement and the people that are going to push you forward. And we want to be able to celebrate those successes on this call. So we want you to celebrate or share your successes with us. So between Meredith, Christina, and I, hopefully you're connected to one of us. If you're not, I'm not saying financially, I'm just saying like on social media. If you're not, feel free to friend one of us. You can certainly friend request me, send me a message and let me know you're on this call. We want you to share your successes. And on these Monday calls, we're going to pick a handful of people each week and we're going to share and celebrate and honor the people that are out there doing the work. And you guys, don't minimize anything. If you get 10 no's this week, we want to celebrate it. If you've enrolled somebody, we want to celebrate it. If you crushed a 2-day cleanse and you've never done that before, we want to celebrate it. We also want to encourage you to celebrate on your social media successes that you have and successes that people on your team have. If you do, we welcome and encourage you to tag us in those posts and we'll screenshot them and use them to share next Monday. So you guys, celebrating each small piece on the journey is so important, and it would be our honor to have the chance to celebrate you over the course of the next 90 days. So you guys, share every little celebration with us.
I love it. I love it. Yes, that's super important because you guys can get down and beat yourselves up. So we do not want that. Okay, so this week, here's your, we like to call it dream work because I don't like homework or whatever. It's dream work because this is going to help you achieve your dreams. So, okay, the first thing I want you to do is get those 10 no's this week. It's cool because you'll get a lot of yeses and you'll be like, I didn't get any no's, which is great. So message us or message an accountability. I don't care, but just, tell your people 10 no's and then set up 3 presentations. The number 3 I would say is for someone who's like a really big go-getter. So if you're like, hey, I just want to like dabble in this or whatever, set up 1 presentation. So 3 for those of you who really want to go for it. So a presentation includes, this is what it can be. It can be an online, like you're throwing like an online what is Isagenix thing. That's one. But I like to do like either a one-on-one or a launch party type. So a coffee date, just a presentation where you are sharing the Isagenix gift with someone one-on-one, belly to belly, like in person. Like that's important. So 3 of those and then so 10 no's. And then this is I feel like I had an epiphany. If you do not know, and I'm not condemning any of you because like, I didn't know this either. Well, I do now, but like in the beginning. So how to draw out the map to executive. So I want you guys to get so good at it. Like I want you, if you have a child, I want your oldest child to know how to do this after you've talked to them. Like you're going to draw it out enough times that your 5-year-old can do it. I did that with my son when he was 5. And so do it again and again and again. Teach your husband, teach your dog, teach your bear. I don't care, but you're going to draw it out a bajillion times so that you can show people the money. So yes, going to manager is awesome. Like showing people manager, perfect. Awesome. That's great. Yes. But then the real money is at executive. So if you don't know that, maybe with you doing this homework, you're going to be like, or your dream work, you'll be like, wow, this is like great money, And so where you can go to like find this is Kathy Coover's fasttracktoexecutive.com. I don't know if Lynn Hagedorn's is on YouTube yet. And I know Eden Slobin has a pretty good one too. So there is stuff at your fingertips to really do it, but fasttracktoexecutive.com is Kathy Coover's. So really learn that and stay really committed. Write down your date of what your goal is. If you guys are bold enough, share it with us. Say or in the chat, like I want to hit blank develop this many consultants. I want to go to Dash to Disney. Like your goals of what you really, really want. And I don't know if you guys saw this training, and I will be able to introduce this in just a minute, but Michelle Schaefer said, put on Minnie or Mickey Mouse ears every time you have a call so your child knows that you, when mommy has the ears on, you know I'm working towards Disney. Okay, so it's just another thing to show your kids, for a lot of us who are moms, or even for yourself, like my screensaver is Disney. You know, I'm checking off how many points I have. You can do a lot of fun things like that. But I'm excited for the rest of these calls, you guys. So we want to pack out these lines, and here is why. Number one, we have Eric Hoover coming on in September, and we want to show up, right? And I want to ask you guys that too. If this is your multi-million-dollar business, how are you showing up? Are you showing up late? Are you showing up on time? Are you inviting people to jump on? Are you being a leader? Leaders go first. Leaders have to do the hard things to tell people this is what I did to get to where I need to be. So how are you showing up and how are you leading? So getting on these calls, sharing these calls with others, and obviously watch the recording if you can't get on. But Michelle Schaefer is going to be, so we're going to take a hiatus for next week because of Labor Day, because we just figured that people would be on vacation or something. But then the 10th of September, Michelle Schaefer is going to be on, and you guys, I'm going to read you her bio. It's pretty incredible. She's a 7-star Golden Circle, 6-star executive. And in 2003, Michelle began her network marketing career. She quickly found a solution to her ambition and passion in the profession. She was a former hairstylist. She was actually a 6-figure earning hairstylist, which is really, really hard. She has built teams into her tens of thousands. She's worked as part of the corporate team for network marketing company, as a field trainer and on the marketing team. In 2010, Bobby and Michelle co-funded their own network marketing company. And Michelle served as co-founder and president, but then the dream ended in 2012. She now hosts a podcast, Sold Out Entrepreneur, and a YouTube channel. And she has been in Isagenix for, I think, 5 years now. They're millionaires in Isagenix. And she's going to be training on objections. And this girl, man, that's a good call for her. So you're not going to want to miss it, and you're going to want your teams to get on. And then after that, you guys, if you don't know who Daniel Parton is, he is actually an IsaBody. He got 2nd place, and he has an amazing story. That might be a really good call for your husbands, for yourself, and also for anyone who is doing IsaBody. Just get them on the call. Business building, dads, it's going to be an incredible call because he's very successful with Isagenix as well financially. So you're not going to want to miss that. Anything else I'm forgetting?
No, so excited. Just be sure that you're sharing the call out with people. We want to pack the lines for these trainers. These people have really large teams, super successful. Obviously, Eric Cooper is giving us some of his time as well. So we want to fill the lines for them and for you. So be sure you're sharing it out. But I think you covered everything.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And here's the thing. Go get into action. So let's message 5 people right now, voice message, whether it's birthdays and things right now, because you're fired up, you're excited. Do a quick Insta story, how you're so excited and fired up about this business. Holy crap, we have free shipping, like that type of stuff. You're going to be excited. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to spam every friend so that they block you. I want you to be a good human and do everything out of love, okay? So have a great day, great week. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.